Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a 8-player FFA King of the Hill, and this is going to be played on Mega Random. And already, if you're looking at the map, you're seeing every player starts with 2 town centers. They've got their own islands. There's an extra island on the backhand side that spans all the way from Yellow's base, comes round and all the way to Grey's base. So we know for a fact that in this game, the Mayan player and the green player, the Korean player, will not have access to this island. They can, but it's going to be a bit more. It's going to be very difficult for them to get to it. So let's introduce the players. So we have. I am playing as Turks. I am Time Wielder. We have the Mongols as Zets. We have Oscar as Aztecs, playing red player. We have Two Turns and we have Uncharted Venom. So yes, for all of you who have seen my previous videos, you know Uncharted Venom is once again he goes by the name of Venom, Uncharted Empire, and Let's Charge, and he recently changed his name again. So that's him. That's Uncharted Venom now. Just combining both of his previous names together to create something new. And we still have Shadowfax as Shadowfax. Oh, let's not forget, I forgot. So let's not forget Koreans as let's call him Zach. Zach. And we have Grey as Finus, and he's playing as Japanese. So I'm going to speed up the game here, and I just want to talk about how, you know, when you have 2 town centers, one of the things it's really hard, a lot of people find it hard to do, is the fact that you need to do 2 simultaneous builds and have the resource capacity to use both town centers. And this is one of the hardest things people do, because not a lot of games on Mega Random are played like this. So you won't be able to experience it as much unless you play specific maps where there are 2 town centers. And some people do it better than others, and some people don't. And one of the things is we can immediately see, looking at the villager count, that there's already a massive difference in the number of villagers between players. Some are using both their town centers as efficiently as possible. Others are not, and they're not able to maximize the efficiency and the effectiveness of having 2 town centers. I fall into that category, and I'm doing decent. I am catching up. I am going there. I'm doing that. But the one who's doing the best is Grey at this moment, and Grey has the highest amount of villagers, closely followed by Green and closely followed by myself. So I just want to talk about the map as well. And really, if we look at people on this end of the map, they have it rough. And the reason they have it rough is not only is the wood line near the shorelines, as you can probably see that there are no woodlands in the middle. All the wood is near the shoreline. So that presents a problem when, if you are completely blockaded by an enemy and they come to attack your woodline, and you do not have ships or any sort of sea defense, your woodlines are going to be attacked, and you are going to be locked out of the wood resource on your own island. Especially if you're playing as Shadowfax here and you're green here, you're really going to have a tough time. Meanwhile, the other players on this side aren't going to have as much of a tough time, because they have this plentiful resource island that forms what looks to be a sort of half a C shape, an opposite C shape. So yeah, we'll see who ends up going to this island and how they make use of it, because we're eventually going to see players realizing the map control. And this is the amount of map that I see, this is how much I see. So I have no idea as to how the map layout is, or if there are any extra islands. So you're probably wondering, monuments already started, so I am gonna force players to start the monument. And the thing about FFA, as soon as the monument starts rolling, you know that the game is going to be fast paced. Monument FFA games don't really go beyond a certain time frame because the number of years as it's counting down is limited. So you're always going to see the same number of usually the same number of time in games, and you're going to see quite a lot of action. But as the title suggests in this video, or the description suggests, is that this is probably the most anticlimactic FFA I've ever played. And one of the reasons is you'll find out later when the game progresses about why you should always go into a game and realize what you're playing and your strategy in terms of winning the game, and you know, not to get sidetracked into doing something else, which we'll come back to in a when the time arises when we need to talk about it. But if you're probably been on this screen for a long time, and you're probably seeing already that I did have scouts, and this narrow passage here there was a dock, and luckily I had 2 scouts and I started attacking this dock to try and kill it, but I wasn't able to. We're already seeing a galley from the teal player, and he's going to end up taking down a lot of my ships, as I'm not in feudal age. I am going to feudal age, but I'm not at feudal age yet, so I will not be able to build my galleys just yet, and I'm probably going to lose even more fishing ships. On this side, however, Grey as you can see, Grey's score is phenomenally high, is 500 more than the rest of the players. He's got a lot of docks, a lot of fishing ships out, and I'm assuming that once he hits, yep, he has hit feudal age, so we're gonna end up seeing he's going for the feudal upgrade. So one can already one can see that he's gonna start galley rushing, as this is what we typically see. If people are galley rushing, we immediately see the feudal upgrades being researched, as they do benefit people in the long run. But on this side, galleys are coming, and I'm just trying my best with the lower number of galleys I have to try and take out these ships here. I am outnumbered, so I'm trying my best. I've got a couple of villagers coming on this side to try and heal the ships as well. On this side, we're seeing a tower war happening, and this outpost is going to die. Nothing happening from red, but we're seeing watchtowers going up for red over here. Red had purple already with ships here. Teal scouting this midsection. He's encountered resistance. Meanwhile, on this side, Grey is absolutely demolishing. Grey, earlier when I did talk about how if you can control the seaboard and blockade an enemy, this is what's going to happen, and we're seeing this already. A lot of ships, a lot of fishing ships were forced out of their fishing areas by Grey, and Green is going to be attacked from both sides. Meanwhile, I'm continuing to push, and it seems like I am starting to get the advantage after I had built a watchtower here. So I am going to be getting that advantage. I will be able to hold for the time being. I have forced them out. Meanwhile, on this side, even more ships are coming in, and Grey has progressed. So he's starting to attack the lumberjacks here, and he's doing quite a good job in doing so. Actually, all these villagers, if he manages to get a few hits in properly, all these villagers will be killed. We're seeing more ships here, fire ships. What's to know is that Castle Age, Shadowfax is in Castle Age, so he's going to be able to make fast fire ships, and he still has control of the middle section there. The monument is still under his control. We're seeing ships from red, and they are fighting, but they won't be able to do much because there is only one. But on this side, again, I'm in a situation where I'm being sandwiched, and not only do I have to worry about the Mongol player on this side, I have to now contend with Grey. Grey has realized that he has dominance over Green on the sea, so now he's focused his attention to me, the nearest player, and again he's going to do the same thing that he did to Green to me, and I'm going to be forced out of my wood. Meanwhile, a castle has been built, and it seems like Shadowfax, there is like a tower castle rush war between Shadowfax and Uncharted Venom over here, and we're going to see that later in the game as well. Meanwhile, on this side it's perfectly fine. And what I want to just tell you guys and want you guys to notice is that there are watchtowers going up along Red's base. And if we look at the Mongol player, the only way the Mongol player can get out is through this section here and through the back end here. And we're already seeing watchtowers being built by red, so already that has denied the possibility of Mongol player moving through in that direction without being at the risk of being bombarded by ships. But he only has one way, and that is to come my way. And of course he's gonna come my way because it's much easier and he gets to attack me and kill me as well. So that's one of the reasons why he keeps applying pressure on my side. But you're probably seeing here, like when I engaged Grey, I realized that I'm no match for him and I had to back off. And this is when I realized that Grey's fleet is massive and he's going to do a lot of damage. Already Grey blockading, not really blockading, but he has got green on lockdown. Purple still has control of over the midsection. We're seeing the Mongol player here arriving, and I'm not sure where this galley force is coming. There is a massive galley force here that's beginning to grow each and every time. I do recognize the threat, so I do make a castle here. We look at the scores and we can immediately see that Grey is deserving of his score. He has sea dominance, he has a great economy set up here, and it's not looking good for us. But having said all that, even the top player sometimes gets too sidetracked and narrow-minded, and he forgets the ultimate goal in this game. And you're probably wondering, yep, it's the monument. It's been over 150 years, Shadowfax still has the monument in his grasp, and nobody has yet contested him. The only person who potentially could have is Red and myself, but of course I am more occupied defending against the hordes of Grey and the Mongol player. As the Mongol player, his army is increasing. He does have a galley force on this side. He is researching war galleys, so soon he's gonna have a bigger force to come attack me with. But Red made the mistake of not taking control of the monument, and it's quite ironic, isn't it? How this bit here, Red has not taken it, even though he is the closest person to it, and Shadowfax has controlled it all this time. Neither have I taken it. And on this side, I'm using my ships to do hit and run tactics and snipe stray galleys that are not part of the fleet. Still on this side, nothing can be done. We're seeing a massive amount of fast fire ships, and we're gonna see them move, and we're gonna see what happens and what he plans to do with these fire ships over here. But I'm backing off, I'm moving, and I'm just trying to do my best. And one of the things I do is trying to get these ships in front of the castle, because the castle can fire. Shadowfax has still gained control of the area here. Red, not sure what Red is doing. His fleet seems to have blockaded this section here. So again, he's denying Mongol access out, and we're gonna see another push by the Mongol player, and it won't be towards Red, it'll be towards me. We're seeing fast fire ships increasing on this side, and finally the fleet that we wanted to see, we're gonna start seeing it. And this is one of the reasons why you need to in this situation you need to focus down all your fast fire ships, because otherwise you end up in a situation where the galleys can just rush, snipe, back off, snipe, back off, snipe, rinse and repeat until they destroy your ships. Again, massive fleet still fighting over here, still more baiting, and this is sort of baiting required, because I know the fact that he has such a large military force that he needs to deal with it and battle on either side, and he obviously can't be unless you have really good micro, which potentially could be game changing. You won't be able to come around and know what's happening, because by the time you see that your stray ships have been attacked and you get the attack signal, you've probably already lost 2-3 galleons and ships. On this side, we're still seeing a lot of units reinforced. 200 years, it's been 200 years. Shadowfax still has the monument. It seems like people on this side, they forget that there is a monument here and they completely neglect it. It's gonna come back to them later, but we'll see. Meanwhile, the ships that we initially saw earlier, the fast fire ships, have been funneling in, and it's pretty much GG, as all Grey has to do is just focus down the ships. There's nothing you can do about that. Nothing. So Green has lost all his water pressure. He has no fishing ships. He's gonna start building. Oh, I thought that was a castle there for a second, but he's gonna build a university. He wants to educate his people and learn how to fight against the Japanese horde of ships. A great strategy by the Korean player. Props to him. I should really build a university as well. Oh, I have built a university. It seems like I am researching the technologies that are gonna allow me to fight the Japanese player better. Oh, but the Japanese player is also educated. Let's see how many people are educated in this game. A lot of people. So it seems that the Mayan player is also educated. I won't be surprised. He's the only one. We can be considered dumb people in the fact that we have not taken control of the monument, and he is only the true educated player who is taking the monument, who is aiming to win the game. We see another educated player, and Red, not an educated player. So Red seems to be behind, and his units are lacking. Yep, and we're finally seeing a university over the seas on this little island. And also know is that both players have now engaged, and they are on this island. 3 players are on this island. Uncharted Venom is on this island. We haven't seen much action from Uncharted Venom actually in this game. He does have a fleet, but I'm not sure what he's planning to do with it. So far we've seen Grey being demolished by Green being demolished by Grey. Shadowfax just taking the middle, relaxing. We have Red pretty much doing relaxing, not doing much at all, and we have the Mongol player attacking me all the time. We have Grey, who is also attacking me. I'm currently being bombarded by trebuchets, and I also wanted to take control of this little island, but I was too late, and there's already castles. Meanwhile, there are battering rams, so we're gonna see a move by the battering rams. But on this side, I'm gonna end up losing my entire navy force. Yellow still has not done nothing. Red still has done nothing. He's not educated yet. He doesn't have a university, but he has made coastal defenses. So there's that. But we're seeing a landing of battering rams on my island. So he's gonna try and take me down here. And what a great move! The graduates from the university have made a great battering ram, and they're gonna try and take down my town center. But unfortunately, my primitive civilization has resorted to peasants uprising and destroying the battering ram with their own hands. Who needs an army when your peasants can revolt and protect their homeland? So who needs ships to win anyway? Who needs ships? If you got a castle that's constantly firing at them, who needs ships? But yep, it's been 250 years. Shadowfax still has the center island, so nobody paying attention. More economy stuff being done here, and there's really nothing happening from Yellow. Yellow seems, we're finally seeing a move. Finally, I wonder where this is gonna go. Is this gonna go to the middle? Perhaps he could now contest to win the game. I do hope so, because his people are educated and they should make the best choice. Otherwise, it would say something about the standard of their university and its teaching. So we'll follow this galleon. We'll follow this galleon fleet and see where they actually head to. Meanwhile, on this side, I'm still getting beaten badly. The Mongols have successfully pushed. The The Japanese still have not been able to push simply because of this castle is my only remaining ally. But yep, the fleet is here, but the fleet is going for red. The fleet is going for red, and I do not know why. It seems like I was wrong. His people do have a university, but they aren't educated enough to realize that there is a monument, and Shadowfax is currently the only holder. So take in mind that he is the second highest player, so he does have the economic and financial capacity to win the game and contest for the game. He is on the opposite side of the world to Grey, so he will not be able to. He will encounter little resistance, but it seems like he does not want to win. It seems like he wants. It seems like he is too focused in killing the barbaric, non-educated Aztecs, and yep, I guess that's what he wants to do. If Uncharted Venom was the Spanish player, I'd probably understand his hatred towards the Aztecs or his historical accuracy in this game, but his Teutons. Meanwhile, on this side there is a castle going up, and there is a castle on this side as well, and we're gonna soon see a battle when both players realize that there is a castle on this end and that they are trying to fight for the same land and the same dominance. The Red's Imperial fleet have arrived, and has arrived, but gonna get sniped down. Completely sniped down. There's nothing you could do. War galleys versus galleons. Nothing you can do to stop that, and it's not surprising. Pretty much, they have been killed. Meanwhile, after getting blockaded and in a lot of trouble, Green has been very passive. He has not been able to recover his strength. Actually, let's have a take a look at Grey's economy. Okay, perhaps I was speaking wrong. So it seems like our friend Green has been traumatized by the fact that he was destroyed earlier by Grey, his fleet, his fishing ships, and he decided not to go with ships. And he does have the resources, plenty of resources to go around to build up a navy that can once again withstand Green. And he is also in the Imperial Age, so, and he's Korean, so he does get the famous turtle ships, and that the turtle ships will probably be able to take him out if he had enough of them. But it seems like I do believe he has been traumatized, and that's why he's not taken to the seas. Let's look at Uncharted Venom. Again, Uncharted Venom has great economy, great hordes of resources, but still he is attacking the primitive civilization of the Aztecs. And this fleet here has been amassing. Take note that it's been 350 years, and Shadowfax still reigns the monument that is way out of his base. Castle here. Conscription. Red is completely destroyed. I really don't know the purpose of attacking Red in this case and what will happen. But Grey, we're finally seeing the battering rams, a genius move by the educated Mongols, and we're gonna finally see the move, a great move, and we're gonna see the great navy of Grey come inside and try and defeat the navy of the Mongols. And here the battering rams are gonna get battered by the villagers. The galleons here are surprisingly there are more shots coming out from the Mongol side than the Japanese side. So it's looking like the Mongol player is gonna overpower, and he is. This is a very bad move. You have all these You have all these ships, you need to get them inside so your ships on the back have the range and the capacity to attack. Yet all the Mongol player has done, he has managed to push back and he has killed a lot more ships than he has lost. So this is a great engagement for him. He has lost a lot of resources, the grey player, simply because he backed off. But on this side, I get my ships, my galleons, my little base here, and I do build an extra castle to protect this area. But I see the opportunity and the fact that grey is being demolished on this side, as I do have the coverage, and I then use my ship to try and attack. And again, baiting tactics, like I said, unless he realizes that there are ships stray, he's gonna lose ships. That's 4 ships already. Is he gonna lose another one? Most likely he's gonna lose another one. Nope. So that's 3 ships dead for no reason. And look at this fleet. Look. Nearly 100 years left, and Shadowfax is probably laughing his head off. All these players, all these top players are attacking each other. Grey is attacking me, fighting against the Mongol player. Yellow has a great fleet, great amount of resources, large amount of resources, and he is still attacking red. Sorry if I sound a bit savage towards Uncharted Empire, Uncharted Venom, sorry, but what we need to take in account is that he is the second greatest force right now in this game, yet he has done nothing, yet he's attacking the least force in this game. I'm not sure what's happening, if he has a vendetta against red or something happened with red. I do not know why, but really he should not be doing what he has been doing, and he should be contesting against and actually forcing players to go to the monument. And look at this. Shadowfax, I believe Shadowfax might actually have the largest amount of units ship-wise. I do believe I am correct in saying that. So we just saw 4 units. We just saw 4 units here. So right now Shadowfax has, military-wise, he has around 38 ships, and every Uncharted Venom also has 41 military units, but he does have, I would say they have the same number of ships, and yet they're doing nothing. This is one of the reasons why I took this game in particular, is because people, you cannot forget the way to win the game and what you need to do to win the game. This game is an FFA, everyone's for themselves, and you can't go around being the second highest player and attacking the first and attacking the last player and expect to win the game. It's really not happening. Especially me. I've done so much damage to Grey, and all Grey has to do is get all of his navies and just go for a push. And if I am correct, then it would also mean that Grey, the Japanese, do have cannon galleons. And let's just pause the game a second and let's actually go check. Do the Japanese have it? Because I also am. Yep, Japanese have cannon galleons. So you could say it's a bad move by Grey by not going cannon galleons, because he could have completely destroyed my base, my castles, my navy. Yet he has not gone for cannon galleons, and this is what's costing him the game. And all this, the fight here again, this time the fight is in favor for Grey, simply because a lot more of his ships are in range to attack, while half of the ships for the Mongol player are walking around, moving around, and they're not in range. We're seeing trebuchets here, so we're gonna probably see all these docks go down. We're gonna at least see a couple of the docks go down. But on this side, this galleon force needs to do something else, and it needs to be utilized more. I think you completely forgot about it. But on this side, finally we're seeing Uncharted Empire just walk into its death. He's walked into a mass of fast fire ships. Great move, Venom. Great move. Well done. Well done. Oh yeah, look at this. Scanning aliens. So, rats on that, but well done for destroying your entire navy force. Also under attack by 2 watchtowers. Brilliant. Brilliant. And on this side, I realized the threat. 50 years left. And I realized that we need to kill the ships that are here. The ships that are present. Perhaps Uncharted Venom thought about that as well. But what he just did was completely ridiculous. Going in there straight and being massacred by the hordes of fast fire ships. I'm trying my best to try and do the same tactic I did with Grey. But on this side, Grey has finally moved his galleon force, as he has lost most of his ships that were originally here. He has lost all the docks thanks to these 3 trebuchets, and he has lost Whoa, there's a battle here. Well, there is a battle here, and it seems like this battle here is not really gonna gain much, and it's not gonna. Yes, you're gonna gain the resources, but is. Oh, I see. Yep. I assume they're fighting for the resources, but there's nothing. There's nothing really happening that's gonna be game changing or gonna completely destroy the Mongol player here. We're finally seeing Teutonic Knights by Uncharted Venom against skirmishers for to attack red. Why, oh why are you attacking red still? I'm using my ships to try and again focus down as many ships as I possibly can, and I do not have the best. Look at this. So much resources, the potential to build a massive navy that could wipe out every other navy in the game, and opportunity wasted. Green, understandable, still battling, and oh, I forgot to mention earlier, but what happened here was Green thought that he's gonna build a castle here. He's gonna get some trebs out, and he's gonna start raiding this section of the map here. But Grey thought, nope, we're not gonna have that, and he started building a couple of trebs, and then Green lost his trebs and his castle. That's that, and that was Green's. That was Green the whole game. We're finally seeing galleys, but not sure what's happening. Trebuchet on this island, more knights on this island. God knows why, but we're finally seeing a move, and the chat is going a bit wild. I'm going a bit wild. I've gone a bit crazy in the fact that I do not want Shadowfax to win, because I realized that Shadowfax completely had the whole map to himself. And it's frankly a bit ridiculous how nobody contested the game. And this is one of the things I want to urge people. When you go into a room, know exactly what you're playing and how you can win it. And please don't get narrow. Don't move away from that path of winning. Sure, you can attack your neighbor and kill your neighbor and get the resources, but is it really gonna help you win the game? And in FFA King of the Hill games, you need to like feel for yourself. Look at that. We're seeing Grey destroy me. So yep, that's what he's talking about. But we're finally seeing a massive fleet, fire ships, demolition ships. Still, you could have made a lot more ships. You had the resources. I'm finally moving in just when there was going to be a massive, amazing 3-way battle, cornered battle. And even if he fled to this side, he would have been under fire by watchtowers. The game ends. What an amazing picture this would be at the end. But the game just ends. And so anticlimactic. And yep, for all those who have watched, thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. And yep, I'll try to bring better games where people don't mess up. And at this point, when we were playing with Shadowfax, he was laughing to bits, because he realized that the whole game, when he had his ships, when he had his fast fire ships just accumulating, nobody in the whole game was fighting against him for the monument, and he just won. Simply, He just won, and he wasn't even the highest rated player. Absolutely doesn't mean anything that you're top, and perhaps, you know, Gray could have really dominated. Gray could have dominated, and it would have been a very different situation and a very different map. Had things gone a bit more. I have to say the map wasn't in my favor. I didn't have any back. I wasn't able to access the resources as nice as I could have. I was completely at a disadvantage. But that didn't stop me. I still made my ships. Well, a lot more than Uncharted Venom, but definitely make sure you understand King of the Hill. You win by getting the monument. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.